Hey guys, welcome on my channel. My name is Marcus and today I'm going to show you how to do an Ollie. One of the first and also one of the most important tricks in wakeboarding is the Ollie. The Ollie is a base for many further basic tricks, but it's also important for jumping on an obstacle as well. Many people are able to do an Ollie, but they are not feeling really comfortable with it, which means that their Ollie is not really smooth or high. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can learn the Ollie and how you can improve your Ollie. There are not many requirements for an Ollie, but you should be able to perform some basic tricks like a side slide, for example, and clean riding without any risk to fall into the water. Otherwise it doesn't make sense to practice the Ollie. There's not really a special position on the circuit to practice the Ollie, but I would recommend to practice directly under the cable when you start whipping the board at the beginning. But when you try your first real Ollie, you should ride a little bit away from the cable, because directly under the cable you will have a constant and harder pull on the rope. Then many people have the problem that they get out of axis while doing the Ollie, and they fall into the water because of the constant pull on the rope. In order to avoid that, make sure that you ride just a bit away from the cable when you try your first real Ollies. Okay, now we are coming to the sticky point, the right technique for the Ollie. The problem is that many people have a different opinion about the right technique, because a lot of people are doing the Ollie more intuitive and are not thinking exactly about what they are doing. So I'll try to explain how the Ollie works in my opinion and how you can learn the Ollie step by step. The first step is to push the back foot down into the water, because then the nose of the board will lift up out of the water. With this technique you can create a little wake, as you can see here. All you gotta do now is to push the center of the board against that little wake and out of the water. So again, you have to push the back foot down into the water and you have to lift up your front foot and the nose of the board. At the same time you have to push the center of the board against the water and against the wake you built up before, because then the board will be able to get out of the water nice and easy. All this should be done in one complete movement. So it's a kind of combination of pushing the back foot down into the water and pushing the center of the board against the water and into the air. You can support that by lifting up your front foot and the nose of the board. When the board has left the water, you can lift up the back foot and the tail of the board as well to create more airtime. But please don't worry if it doesn't work with the first tries, because it will definitely take some time until you have the right feeling. But when you felt that sweet spot one time, you will be able to do that again and again. Don't lean back while pushing the back foot into the water. Make sure that the center of gravity is over the board all the time. Try to absorb the landing impact by bending your knees, because then the landing will be more softer and stable and you will have more control, and so you can prevent that you fall into the water. A question that comes up usually is, should I release one hand from the handle? You have to decide this by yourself, but I would recommend to release the backhand from the handle while doing the Ollie. Because then you will be more stable, you will have more control, and it's easier to keep the center of gravity over the board. A possible way to learn the Ollie is to start riding directly under the cable, and then you should start whipping the board just a bit. So you will get a first feeling how the board and the water react while doing this movement. When you're feeling comfortable after some time, then you can try to push the board a bit more against the water with the back foot. When you practice this technique for some time, then you will feel that the board itself really wants to get out of the water. The next step is to practice the first little jumps. Try to concentrate and try to get a feeling for the movement and for the sweet spot, because then the board will release from the water nice and easy. When you're feeling comfortable with that after some time, then you should ride a bit away from the cable to try your first real Ollie. What you can see very often is that some people are always whipping the board right before doing an Ollie. At the beginning it's not a big problem, but you shouldn't do that anymore after some time. Because when you want to perform more difficult Ollie tricks or you want to jump on an obstacle, you should stop whipping the board right before doing an Ollie. Many people have the problem that they just try to lift up both feet very hectic. Of course, that's not the best way to learn a good Ollie, and it's very hard to learn further tricks with this technique. Please remember, if you practice your Ollie with too many speed, too hectic and with too many power, it's hard to learn a clean Ollie. So I would really recommend to practice your Ollie more smooth and concentrated, because then you will find a sweet spot and you will get a good feeling for the right technique step by step. Of course, when you're feeling good with your ollies, when your ollies are clean, smooth and constant, then it's time to perform your ollies with more power and more intensive, and so you can learn a lot more tricks as well. Okay guys, this was the tutorial for the ollie. I would recommend to practice the ollie as often as possible, because then you will get a good feeling for the right technique and you will feel more smooth and comfortable with every single try. I hope you enjoyed the video and it helped some of you having problems with this trick. Feel free to leave me a like or comment and to subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So, thank you very much for watching and for being with me. Take care. See you in the next video.